Yeah, I know. You know what the good news is? The Browns, they're going to be good this year. You know what the bad news is? Their season's about 5.5 months away. But the Rizzo Show starts now, baby.
MGM Northfield Park presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo, with co-host Mike Polk Jr.
Yeah, MGM.
Did you see those beautiful new people in the MGM ad?
Michael, we have a new sponsor. It's actually our old sponsor, but it is a new sponsor.
Facelift.
We want to welcome MGM Northfield Park. They're rocking the Rizzo Show. Look at how beautiful the MGM
Gorgeous.
is. Formerly the Roxino.
Yes.
The Lions in the house. They've got some great new merchandise. They are changing the names of the restaurants and the comedy club. Michael and I will be out there on Tuesday.
Hanging out.
In the afternoon.
Making sure everything's up to our standards.
That's right. And from what I understand, the sports bar is fantastic. It's going to be one of the best sports bars in Northeast Ohio.
Most importantly, Kozar's still the same.
Right.
Bernie's
still there.
Still in there.
Your machines are still there, folks, because I know that's what you're most concerned about. I had a lady, I went to take my taxes. My cousin Jim Tachek does my taxes. Tachek Tax.
Shout out.
I went there, and she's like, hi, how are you? And as I was leaving, she looked at me and she goes, what are they going to do with my Roxino? I'm like, oh,
that's their concern.
They're going to make it bigger and better than ever, right? Everything is still there.
That's what I understand.
So go out and see the new MGM. Michael, what a week it was for our sports teams, all right? First of all, check out this picture. Michael, these are the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
That's a Pro Bowler, that's a Pro Bowler, that's a Pro Bowler, and that's Baker, who was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
4 Pro Bowlers. Michael, has it set in yet that one of the biggest stars in sports is now playing for the Cleveland Browns?
I was just thinking about this when I saw that picture drop after that press conference. And think about when you're looking at that picture, trying to explain this to us even a year ago.
Right.
Because we didn't have Jarvis Landry.
No.
We didn't have Baker Mayfield.
No.
We had no hope whatsoever.
No, you certainly didn't have Odell Beckham.
We certainly didn't have Odell Beckham. Like, you would think if somebody showed you that picture, like from a time-traveling perspective, that you were being pranked if someone showed that to us a year ago. And now that's our reality.
That is us, folks.
Very
the Browns
strange.
are good. Like I said, though, 5.5 months away.
Yeah, but I like this anticipation. Everyone's upset about it and saying, oh, I wish the summer was gone. Guys, we've been waiting so long for us to enjoy an offseason. Imagine what a dead world this is right now, normally for Browns fans.
Could you imagine, though, we're going to have sold-out preseason games.
Yeah.
There are going to be 70,000 people at a preseason football game to watch Baker throw 2 passes. All right, Odell Beckham Jr. spoke to the media on Monday, and he thinks this is the start of something great.
I think this moment is going to be more iconic than we all realize right now. You know, that's what we would want the goal to be. You know, to look back in 10 years and be like, man, I remember today, April 1st, 2019, like the start of something great.
Is that the tie that Jimmy gave you? I like it.
It is,
your orange tie. I like it a lot.
I'm celebrating.
I love it. Michael, did you think it was odd John Dorsey or Jimmy Haslam were not up there on the dais? Do you know why, Michael?
Why?
Because we finally have players
they're the
that
stars.
people want to see.
Normally, you got to put like Chomps out there or whatever that monster thing is. What's the dog?
It's Chomps.
Is it Chomps? Good.
First of all, he's the official mascot
Sorry,
of the Browns,
I know.
bro.
Hey, that poor thing. It's finally getting to watch some decent football this year.
That poor thing. What about me?
Yeah,
I spent $8,000 for 1 win 2 years ago.
That's
okay,
true. That's true.
You're worried about Chomps? I love it. I wasn't on StubHub for $8 like you were every week.
It's a good move.
Folks, it's not all roses in Berea, though, because one guy wants out. You know, I predicted this, too. As soon as Duke Johnson didn't show up for the OTA Monday, that sends a bad message to a room right now that is all united.
Right.
Freddie Kitchens has laid down the law. If you don't wear brown and orange, you don't matter. He didn't have his brown and orange on. I'm surprised at you, Duke Johnson. I thought you were a good enough back to compete with anybody, and I thought you were a guy that wanted to compete with everybody. And now what? Because Kareem Hunt's here, in 8 weeks you're going to say that I wanted to be traded? I know it's his right, and I understand it. But, Duke, we need you. You should be here right now. What's going on, bud? I tried to get him on my radio show. He didn't want to come on.
The other question is, I mean, I know that running backs are a hot commodity always, and you need depth there. But does he think he's going to waltz on and be the #1 anywhere? He's in a good position here, especially right out of the 2.
Right. He went 1-31.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you want to be a part of this? Michael, it's like I worked for the Browns radio network. This is like my 5th or 6th year. Okay. I'm coming back this year. You want to know why? Because I went through 1-31, and I want to have fun.
Now, he has gone through a number of years where it always has been a mystery how they failed to get him involved, considering the success he's had, especially with yards per carry and everything like that. So I understand that frustration, but you're coming in with a new regime now, really, and a whole new attitude. I don't know why you wouldn't want to stick around. And if I'm the Browns, unless you get blown away by an offer, you need that depth. You don't go anywhere. I'm sorry you're bummed out.
Let me say this, though. I still think there's a chance for reconciliation.
You think so?
I do. Let's see how this thing plays out. Because as Mike said, you're going to get a 5th-round draft pick for Duke Johnson.
Right.
That's not worth what Duke Johnson is worth.
He's great.
So let's see if we can get him back in the building and kiss and make up.
If he's a little disgruntled, oh well, stick around.
So it was the Browns' Big 4, but what a week it was for the Indians.
Yeah.
Michael, I don't know about you, but Thursday night may have been the coldest. They said it was. First of all, the home opener was cold. Thank God they won. This kid's pitching unbelievable.
He is.
Clevenger right now. Do you have a little tribe fever, or no, the offense is stagnant and you're kind of, where are you?
I feel about how I am normally at this time of the year. We're still in kind of a wait-and-see period, and it is early. It's cold. The games are empty. It feels weird seeing the stadium like that. Like, it's just not a good look in general. But they are, their pitching looks good out of the gate, which is going to have to carry us through the whole season, obviously. So
they need offense, Michael.
I do like seeing Clevenger's velocity up. I like seeing his attitude, and it looks like he's gonna have a scary year from what he looks like.
Folks,
right now.
I'm going to say this: Corey Kluber and Trevor Bauer might not be here at the end of the year. Because I'm watching the Indians' offense, the Indians' front office is watching the offense, and they know it's not good enough. We got guys that's 2 weeks into the season, they don't have a hit. For crying out loud. You can't operate like that. You have a bevy of pitching, and you're going to have to get rid of some of it to get yourself some offense.
It's just a reminder watching how good this pitching is, too. If anything, it's more frustrating that we didn't make any moves in the offseason because you have this very narrow window.
You're peeling the scab off.
You have this very narrow window, and the fact that we didn't go for it right here is very frustrating, I think, personally.
I'm very frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good week for Terry Francona, even though it was a PR move. The Tribe signed him to a 2-year extension, which means he'll be here through 2022. I put Terry Francona in a very elite group of managers/coaches that I think are difference makers. He is in the group with Bill Belichick. He is in the group with Greg Popovich and others who I think get the most out of their team. I actually had people going, he blew a 3-1 lead in the World Series. Right. He blew a 3. Terry's not batting, okay? He can only do so much. That's a good move to lock him up.
I totally agree. It sends the right message to the town, to the fan base, to the players. I agree that it was a PR move at a much-needed time right now, obviously. But the guy's got, since his time here with the Indians, he has the most wins in the American League.
Come on.
Last
6 years.
That? He's going to end up, last 6 years. He's going to end up in the Hall of Fame, no doubt. Yeah. And it's a great message to the players. And you're right, he gets a lot out of a little, as you can see by our payroll oftentimes.
Michael, we also, though, have more bad news, and it involves, bless you, Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
Folks, I know this about injuries. When you start the year injured, you're playing catch up the whole year long. I hope he gets healthy. I hope they take their time. You're not going to see Frankie until May, for sure.
Right.
You know what a high ankle sprain is?
Yeah, I know.
It's just bad.
Yep.
It's really bad.
And rushing back is the big worst thing to do.
I'm not saying getting him back is going to suddenly make the Indians' offense. They're more than one player away on that offense right now. But that's the start of it. Get him back. Get Kipnis back. We got a couple guys down in the minors trying to work it out right now. What you're watching at the plate right now is not what you're going to be watching in July.
Zimmer is beat up too, right? Isn't he? He's extended. He's out for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not great. Not a great situation.
In February, Tribe pitcher Trevor Bauer told Sports Illustrated, Michael, that he's going to win the Cy Young Award. Well, guess what? So far, so good. No hitter through 7 Thursday night.
Look at that look.
And let's look at his numbers. 14 innings. He's given up 1 hit, 1 run.
Got to get better than
7 walks, 17 Ks. His ERA, 0.64. Michael, is Trevor Bauer the Indians' new ace?
You can't say that. He's got to play. He got to pitch a whole year. I think you know that. I mean, Kluber he's the ace until we get through this year and we see how he does. As of last year, it was still Corey Kluber. He hasn't done anything to lose that, as far as I'm concerned. Bauer's looking amazing, and I like the influence that I think he honestly is having on Clevenger too. I think that he is a big part of that. He's helped him with his training. He's helped him get in the right headspace and stuff. I know he's a weird, volatile character as far as Trevor Bauer's personality, and some people rubs people the wrong way. But he also has that killer instinct, that like weird Jordan-esque, gotta win above all on all costs.
Yeah.
That infects your team sometimes, and I think it infects that pitching staff. I think he has more of an effect on the pitching staff than we realize.
Well, the Indians travel to Detroit for a 3-game series starting Tuesday. Bauer pitches on Wednesday. Coming up, we're going to talk wine and gold, but please stay tuned anyway.
Please hang around anyways.
Michael, the Cavaliers are still playing.
Technically. Yep, that's true.
Are you aware of that? Welcome back, everybody, to the Rizzo Show. Tony and Mike with you and our new sponsor, the MGM
Look
Northfield
at how majestic
Park.
that lion is.
Michael, the Wine and Gold will wrap up their season mercifully Tuesday night at home against Charlotte.
Yes.
I think it's Fan Appreciation Night, and everybody's going to get a lovely parting gift. Michael, what will you take away from this year's Cavs season?
Well, I think mission accomplished. We're in the bottom 3. Obviously, that was sort of the goal. I don't know if that was the goal going in, but it quickly became the goal once we realized that we probably weren't going to be competitive even in the East. And they did everything they could to make sure that happened. So congrats on that. Put themselves in a good position for a draft pick.
Where is JR, by the way?
Yeah, I like
Does
the little
anybody
picture
know?
of him.
JR? Hello?
Hey, that's a valuable draft pick or draft commodity.
Actually,
right now.
all kidding aside, yes, the Cavaliers this offseason should trade JR's contract, which is expiring after this year, and get a draft pick for it. So they're doing what they needed to do. But you know what? I hate to say this because I don't like losing, but good job, fellas.
Yeah.
Good job, baby.
And
we're down there, and you got the best chance to get the big gun.
Here's what's frustrating, though, that you do have another year of this now, probably. Don't you think so?
Who had a rougher season? Cavs season ticket holders or Tristan Thompson?
Ooh, I gotta, that's got to be a wash right there. He obviously was always in the news.
You believe in the Kardashian curse?
No, I mean they are a curse,
do.
obviously, but that's like saying. I think that's like saying, do you believe you'll get burnt when you stick your hand on an oven? Of course you will. It's going to be terrible. No matter, it's going to end poorly.
Do you feel like the Cavs will get this thing turned around? And why do you think it's still going to be another year?
They have to. That's the way rebuilds work, and that's the way that the team's kind of structured right now. I think that they can't be competitive for at least 2 seasons, the way most of these things work. And the way that the contracts are structured, I think we're screwed for at least 2 years. But you just got to ask the patience of the fans.
I've got the answer, Mike.
You tell me.
Okay? I've got the answer. Folks, the NBA Draft Lottery is May 14th.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers, bring your holy rosary, because look at that.
Boy, that'll look nice. Are we getting both of them?
Well, no. First of all, R.J. Barrett. I think Ja Morant might be a better player than R.J. Barrett. However, look at how good Zion looks in that Cavalier uniform.
That would be great.
Zion!
I like the idea of defense being drafted.
Zion!
That'd be nice. We were last in the league in defense this year, statistically, obviously.
There was a reason for that, Michael. Zion!
We need you.
The NBA draft, by the way, is June 20th. Let's hope we're throwing a giant party.
Boy, that'd be
odds
great.
we get Zion Williams.
Williams. Technically it's 14.5%.
But what are the odds? I think it's 50-50.
I'm going to go 50-50.
You know our luck.
Let's do it.
Right?
We deserve it. Cleveland's on a roll, people.
You got it. Could you imagine Frankie Lindor, Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield, and Zion Williams
not a bad little match
in Cleveland?
Yep.
Coming up, we're going to spin the wheel, baby,
Boom.
to find out what the hot topics are this week. Don't you touch that dial.
The MGM wheel.
Or remote. Don't touch the remote.
Whichever.
Mike Polk Jr. shredding on the guitar.
We were just asking what company owns us.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It'll change.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to spin the wheel.
Boom, the wheel. Everyone loves the wheel.
I have no idea. Oh,
Woo!
The Alliance of American
Football. I thought that was an insurance provider for a second.
Michael, what happened to the Alliance of American Football? It folded.
It didn't go well. Yeah, it's too bad. Everybody had such high hopes, you know.
You know, people ask me what happened. Listen, there's only the 9 guys in a baseball field.
Yeah.
There's only 5 guys in a
Like 150 people.
Football, you have 53-man roster.
Yes.
There's not enough good football players for two. Don't forget, football has 32 teams. Everyone else has 30.
Yes.
All the other leagues. There are not enough good players, folks.
And not enough money to spread around to give a living wage to that many players.
Spin it again, baby.
That's too bad, though. That would have been fun. Whoa, Russell Wilson.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Seattle, I don't know what you're going to have to pay this guy, but you're going to have to pay this guy. First of all, he should have 2 Super Bowls if Pete Carroll didn't have a brain fart at the goal line.
Right.
Number 2, don't let him go to the Giants because his wife is an actress. Let me say this. When Baker Mayfield's contract comes up, he's going to be the highest paid player in the league as the Browns aren't letting him go anywhere.
You speak for both of us. Spin that wheel one more time. Here it comes. I have no idea.
You don't want.
No, I have no idea. Just tell me what is going on. I don't care.
The Masters tournament, it's like the biggest golf tournament of the year for
That's
the pro
huge.
golfers.
Okay.
My pick in this tournament is, I think Rory's going to win. He's probably playing the best golf. I would love to see Tiger win, but I don't think he has a chance. The Masters starts on Thursday. Get out your green jacket.
I just saw my first pick of Tiger with his hat off in a while. Boy, he went bald, huh?
Yeah, he's joining my club.
You know what, man? Just get rid of it, dude. Tiger, you got to knock that off, man. That's what's holding him back.
One more?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? You deserve it. Oh,
Joey Bosa. How about this? He's going to appear in Game of Thrones.
I didn't know that.
Right?
That's great.
He's made a cameo in. Are you a Game of Thrones guy?
I'm a huge fan, of course. Yeah,
okay.
I'm a huge nerd about that.
Just remember, tune into us after Game of Thrones. Is it next week? It is next week.
It's next week.
It starts next week.
I know.
Spin it again. One more time.
Wow,
Come on.
MGM's going nuts. We never spun this much before.
Oh, are you that? Are you Avengers Endgame fan?
I kind of know what's going on. I'm not wrapped up in
just like Game of Thrones, they all die.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
he
always gets. Well, he's in the Hollywood business. You know, he was in a major Hollywood picture.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to say anything. All right, don't go anywhere. Well, one more. They're telling me one more.
Oh, we got another spin.
How many
Thank you,
spins do we have?
MGM.
Like, I want money.
Oh, Prince Harry versus Fortnite.
Wants Fortnite banned. He said it's addictive and bad for kids.
Right. Well, does he have that kind of authority to tell everybody that they're not allowed to play Fortnite?
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like today's version of don't watch Elvis, his hips shake too much on TV.
And if you
shoot him from the waist up.
You know one thing that'll make kids stop doing something immediately is if an authority figure tells them that it's bad for them and they should avoid it. So good move there.
Prince Harry should have started playing Fortnite.
Yes, Your Highness. That's what you
Speaking of games, Michael, plenty new games at the new MGM Northfield Park. Let's see what's happening this week.
MGM Northfield Park is where Northeast Ohio wins big, and with M Life Rewards can go from the best location in the nation to the ultimate entertainment destination. Don't miss your chance to win an exclusive Las Vegas experience, a 2019 Range Rover, or up to $2,500 in free play. Introducing Tap at MGM Northfield Park. Enjoy comfort food and pub classics. Catch your favorite team on one of over 50 high-definition televisions while surrounded with Ohio sports memorabilia. Don't miss all of your favorite entertainers at the new center stage. Get ready to laugh when the hilarious Joe Coy takes the stage this Friday, April 12th at 8 p.m. Take a Vegas vacation without leaving the state. MGM Northfield Park. Las Vegas is here.
Hey, now, welcome back. Wow, is that how that goes? I didn't even know that.
Oh, there's lyrics for that.
Huh.
You didn't
I had no idea.
Really?
No, I didn't.
I'll sing it for you one day.
All right.
Don't forget, stay tuned for our good friends Big Chuck and Lil Jon. Michael.
That was a good one. I really wound up for it.
They are coming up next. Michael, I wondered, you know, the draft this year.
Yes.
I will be at MGM draft night.
That's awesome. I'll join you.
I'm scheduled to appear.
I'll join you uninvited.
Please come. We'd love to have you because we'll all be out there for a big draft party. But folks, I want everyone to enjoy draft night for this reason. The first night, we don't have anybody.
Right.
Don't freak out. The Browns have upgraded their talent so much. You know what they're going to do in this draft? They're going to go for depth. That's what you're going to need. I don't see anybody, even with their second-round pick, which is number 49, I don't see anybody coming in here and making the Pro Bowl. And that's not how this works. When you're a good team, when you found your franchise quarterback, you don't have to sweat out draft night. Could you imagine the couple of draft nights that we have been through in the past 7 or 8 years? Can I interest anyone in a little Johnny? Yeah. I mean, it was a nightmare.
It was.
So when we go to MGM, I realize we might not have a pick. We don't. Right. He could trade back up, but we'll see. Enjoy it. It's a celebration of us being good enough to not need a top 5 draft.
I'll take one more level. Pretend like you had the first pick in the draft and we just drafted Odell Beckham.
Right.
Look at it that way. Like you had and with the first pick in the draft, the Cleveland Browns select. That's not a bad draft night, right?
And I promise you, no one in this draft will probably be as good as Odell. Maybe 1 or 2 players.
Probably not.
And that's a crapshoot anyway. All right, get your plugs in.
Hey, come and see us on Tuesday at Pickwick and Frolic. Every Tuesday, do a variety show down there. Join me. Love to see you. It'd be great.
And remember, next week after Game of Thrones, we'd love to see you here. Can you call
We'll be wearing our capes. We'll be carrying swords and stuff.
Me and Jon Snow.
We're grown men, everybody.
That's right.
By the way, I have some Targaryen blood in me.
Wow, I'm a Stark. Good to be alive. Good night, everybody.